let's get into New Jersey now. So New Jersey starts with Jackie, and I hate Jackie. Sorry, just don't like her. I really want to like Jackie again. I want to like all my housewives because I don't want to just watch housewives that I hate. I don't like her. I don't think she's nice. Ooh. Anyway, I just think she's boring. I think her husband's more interesting, and I think her kids are more interesting. And I never want to see a housewife because of their husband and their kids. So the fact that the fact that she is less interesting than her husband and children is a major problem for me. Sorry, Jackie, I just don't feel it. So it opens with Jackie. It opens with all the housewives doing kind of nothing, which is great. This is a new episode of New Jersey. And honestly, this really did shock me. I thought this was a great episode. This is Dolores. Dolores has had her butt lifted. Happy for Dolores. She's always having her ass done. Like, I swear she had her ass done like first season. She's always having her backside done. Don't know why she needs to do that. This is, by the way, a woman who owns a gym. Like, you own a gym and I'm supposed to be coming to you to get my ass sorted out, like, naturally through the gym way. And for some reason, you're getting your butt done all the time. So you're not using your own gym. So why should I use your gym? Like, this doesn't make sense to me. I feel like Dolores, I don't know. Dolores looks great. I'm not sure about her on the show. She's not friend. Oh, I'm really upset about this. No died, which is Teresa's dad. And I loved him. He was really a nice addition to the show. I always loved him. He'd be like, with it. Like, he'd just kind of sit there and just say a random few sentences in Italian. Like they'd be like, no, are you okay? And he'd be like, well, and that was it. And I loved his addition to the show. And he would cook pork chops and octopus for breakfast often, and I really enjoyed seeing that. So it's so sad he died, and I tried to take a picture of him, and look how the picture went. It went all blurred, and it honestly looks like a ghost. Awkward. But that was the picture I tried to get of him. There he is with Teresa. Oh, it's so sad. I really love him, and it's just so sad that she doesn't have any of her parents. So Jackie has Evan's birthday party in a car park somewhere. And we're in COVID now. This is what's sad. We went into COVID. I remember watching housewife shows and being like, oh, one day, like at some point, like what's going to happen because we were watching shows that were filmed pre-COVID. So it was like, how are we going to film these shows? And then now we're in COVID and we're watching shows filmed in COVID. So I cannot wait till the time when we're out of it. And 6 years down the line, when I watch, these back, because I can't watch a season. I have to watch it. I like to watch it after a few years, watch it back. I'm going to look back and be like, God, do you remember that time when we were in coronavirus and we were all like social distancing? I can't wait to have that feeling. I'm manifesting it right now. I can't wait to have the feeling of being like, oh, do you remember when we went through the pandemic? What was that about? Oh, please bring it back to me. Oh, do you remember that time where people were racist and people were like horrible and awful and now it's all perfect? That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping everything ends at the same time. Anyway, so they get to the party and it seems like a nice party. And honestly, I wish I was there. I was eyeing the food. I really wanted the food. The men have a shot together. And this is literally, they have a shot to each other and they go, they put the shot in the middle and one of them goes, here's to friendship. And then you can see them kind of being silent around friendship. Like, that's a gay cheers. And then one of them go, I'm pretty sure it's Joe Gorga who says, here's to men. And they cheers to men. And it's like, wow, these men are awful. Like, you couldn't cheers to just friendship because that's such a gay thing to say. So now we're just going to cheers to men. Let's cheers to being men. I mean, maybe is it better than the housewives? Well, the housewives, when they cheers, they're like, "Hi, here's to friendship. Here's to love. Here's to being with girls that love each other and supporting women. Here's to supporting women." And do they support women? No, don't support each other. So anyway, I think I have a picture here of Melissa Gorga. I think Melissa Gorga looks great. There she is. I've got to say, Melissa Gorga had her nose done, and apparently she had it done a few times, according to Jacqueline, but she had her nose done and it really, really improved her face. And she is gorgeous. Sexy mama. I really hated Melissa Gorga. It took me a while to love her again. Now I really like her. I think she's really pretty and I think she's a cool girl. So this is her listening to Teresa talking about Evan, who apparently does stuff at the gym. This is what the whole episode was about. And Teresa obviously hates Jackie from last season. I can't remember what Jackie did because I think it was second season. Talked about her maybe having an affair. Oh yeah, she talked about her with a guy. Okay, she doesn't like Jackie anyway. So she's now gone to Jackie's event. Jackie hosting it for her husband's birthday. And she's saying to everybody that the husband does stuff in the bathroom. And it is kind of sad because literally just before she says this, Jackie comes over to her and says, "Oh, Evan has a friend from wherever who wants to date you, basically, a half Jewish doctor or something like that." And Teresa's standing there and I feel like I'm looking in her eyes and she knows that she's about to say all this stuff. It looks like she's waiting to say it and that she's kind of pissed off that Evan and Jackie are being nice to her because she now has to go and shit all over him in his own party. But she does it anyway because Teresa, this is why we love her. I'm glad to see the evil Teresa back. I wanted to see the evil Teresa back. It's been a while. I'm glad she's back. She did kind of get dogged down with all of the criminal stuff and she wasn't really her great self. She's back and I like it. So she's being evil. And she's going around to everybody at this party. Telling them, can you see? Just telling them all about that she's heard that Evan does stuff at the gym. And that's it. Does stuff. Have you heard that Evan does stuff at the gym? I heard that Evan does stuff at the gym. Did you hear? I heard that Evan does stuff at the gym. Apparently Evan does stuff at the gym. He cheats on Jackie at the gym. Okay. Apparently they talk about sex, and I've written again that I don't like the housewives talking about sex. They talk about blowjobs, and apparently it pisses me off. Teresa starts telling everyone that he does stuff at the gym, which is great. So anyway, he does stuff at the gym. The party was really nice. She said that she heard that Evan cheats on Jackie. This is Margaret being shocked at this information. And this is Jackie and her husband having a nice time. It is quite sad that they're having a nice time at the birthday party, thinking everything's cool. And Teresa is spreading. She literally goes to everybody. She goes down the room and she's literally like, Evan cheats at the gym. I would like to see Evan cheat at the gym. Talking to Joe Gorga, telling him that he cheats at the gym. This horrified me. Melissa and Margaret go and talk. And they have a talk in the bathroom. And I love to see it because this is very real. I have had so many talks with girls in the bathroom with them actually pissing. And I'm horrified by this every single time. I'm like, why am I here? But usually I'm there because they're telling me some good gossip, or I'm about to have some drugs, or they've snuck alcohol in and I'm about to enjoy that as well. So usually I'm there for a reason, so I have to stick it out. But it's very unsettling when a girl just pulls down her knickers and starts peeing in front of you on the toilet. I haven't seen a boy do it. I've not been in a toilet with a boy, believe it or not. So I haven't really seen that happen. But yeah, not really. Yeah, it is very uncomfortable. And it was uncomfortable to watch on the Housewives. I wasn't too sure about it. Leah did that with Dorinda. No, Dorinda? No, Sonia. Sonia was peeing, and honestly, Sonia was so out of it. And Leah sat there in between her legs with her peeing and was like talking to her. And then Sonia kind of got up and pinned Leah to the wall, not washing her hands and not pulling up her knickers at all. So with her pussy hands, her wee hands, touching Leah didn't mind. And then I think they made out. The Housewives have gone mad, haven't they? Honestly. So this is Dolores. Anyway, Dolores talks to David. I'm not even going to spend too much time on this. Dolores talks to David and says, David, I want you to come around the group more. David's like, look, I don't want to come around the group for some reason. He just doesn't want to be around the group. He has a busy job, I've heard, but he doesn't come around. Dolores brings her ex-husband to events. What is going on with that? It's so strange. Brings her Big Frankie, to these events. Why are you even in her life? He builds everyone's houses, and she's with this man. It's a weird throuple situation. I think that this man is actually a good man. However, he doesn't love Dolores. He doesn't love her. He works as a what did you call it? A high risk pregnancy doctor. So when they're giving birth, he has to deliver babies when they're high risk. So I'm sure he might be off put by the female body at this point. So I don't think he's interested in Dolores whatsoever. And she just is with him for some reason. I don't understand. He was not happy with her having her surgery. He doesn't like elective surgery. I guess because he's in surgery so many times. If you're a doctor and you're in surgery and you're giving birth to high risk pregnancy babies, I guess you would be like, look, don't do it unless you really have to. Like, don't go under the knife unless you really have to. And Dolores is a housewife. And part of being a housewife is you have to go under the knife often. And if not under the knife, you have to inject, you have to cut. But most housewives like a good bit of filler, a bit of Botox, a bit of boob job. But she's cutting parts of her body off and sucking them up. Her bum has been done so many times. She sucked fat out of her tits and put them in her bum. She put things in her tits and put them out of in her arms. She's done a lot of different things. And so I guess he's like, look, just don't do it. And apparently she didn't even tell him. And she just got it done anyway. But you know what, mate? I do want you just to know that you're with a housewife. You're with a real housewife. You got with her when she was a real housewife, I'm pretty sure. So what do you expect at this point? Come on now. They're going to be cutting themselves open. And we're going to watch it and enjoy it. So David, I don't know what's going on with you, mate. So this is David. Don't know why I thought of putting so many pictures about him. So then we go to Jen now. Jen's family they're having dinner. Now this was another weird story. Honestly, very confusing, these shows. Jen is having a dinner with her family. And I'm always waiting for the mum to come around because the mum's homophobic. She doesn't like anybody and I love her. I think the mum's great. I love Jen's mum. So I was happy I thought, family dinner, waiting for her to come around and criticize everybody. And then the son comes in, the daughter comes in, everyone comes in with a plate of food and they're like, mum brought this, mum made this. And I'm like, where is the mum? The dad's there. Dad comes round, little small dad. He's so cute, bless him. And mum isn't there. And we're like, what is going on? So they all start talking about how this is the dad, bless him. Oh, he's so cute. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's so cute. Basically, what's happened is that I love this. Jen, I love her family because we're getting storylines that we don't usually see. Her and the gay brother and the mum being very anti-gay and then like kind of loving him at the end when he played piano at the school play or whatever it was. Love that story. I thought it was so cute. I was like, oh, Jen's family I like watching. Now, this is another strange story. And it's sad, but it's real, I guess. So the mum is a little bit of a moody cow, apparently. Jen's mum is a little bit moody, and she has a go at the dad all the time. He seems quite, mild-tempered, but maybe he's just annoying to live with. I mean, she has lived with him for how many years? I mean, after that, living with a man and living with a woman, like being married for that long and having all them kids, and now apparently the brother was like a little buffer with them, but now the brother has moved out and moved to Turkey with his wife, who is just married. And they don't get on without the kids being there. I think that's a very typical thing that happens between relationships. And now it's like, she probably just doesn't want to be around him, and he doesn't want to be around her. He says that he shouts. He says this thing where he's like, I say hello to her, and she turned her face like this. Oh, bless him. He's so cute. She turns her face when he says hello or asks how she is. He's so cute. So this is them all talking about them, and I was looking at the food. I always look at the food at Jen's house because I'm like, oh, it looks so good. And they had like steak. I don't know if it was I don't think it was I don't know what what country they're from. Whatever country they're from, it's not. I don't think it was their native food. I can't remember where they're from now. I really am confused about it. Turkey? I feel like it's somewhere like that. Anyway, so they have the food. Oh, love it. And they have a son that honestly, I don't know if you can see. I never knew this. This son is like an adult. Okay. And I thought they all had little kids. I remember the girl. I remember the other girl. I remember there was another little boy. But this grown-ass mother, this adult that they just birthed out of nowhere, I've never seen him before. So I was shocked when he turned up on the scene. I was like, who's that? You are not, like, they just have this adult child. So Jen honestly looks fantastic to have this grown-up child. This is a picture of the mum. And it looks funny because it's in the past, because the mum isn't there. So I had to get a picture of a flashback from the mum. It's like she's died. It's so sad. The mum isn't there. She's not at the dinner because basically what's happened is Jen has had her father come live with her because she's not having fun with why this picture of Teresa from 2012 has popped up. I have no idea. This has got nothing to do. I'm on YouTube. Lots of Instagrams of Teresa in 2012 or 2000. Sorry, I'm on Instagram and I actually not Instagram. What I'm talking about, on YouTube, and I'm pressing the pictures because I have pictures for you to look at. And God, don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, messing it up. Jen's family. Yeah. The nan's not there, so I want to know where the nan's gone. And I would like her back, please. I want to see her get back with the husband. He's now living with Jen. It's sad. I want it. Apparently she nags him. She's a bit mean. I don't think it's mean. Anyway, so Jackie's friend tells her that Teresa has been talking about her at the party. Talking about Evan, saying that he does stuff at the gym. So Jackie's like, calls her up and says, hey, can you come round to Margaret's because we're going to talk about it. Ooh. So they go round to Margaret's and Jackie says that she's so upset because she doesn't want to think that one of her friends who she's invited round to spend time with her at her event would want to talk badly about her. And I'm like, one of your friends, Teresa hates you. She's not your friend. What are you talking about, Jackie? This isn't your friend. If you thought that was your friend, then I don't really know what you count as a friend. Teresa hates your guts. She wants your head on a silver platter. And to be honest, if I could deliver her that, I would give it to her. Because I want to see your head on a silver platter as well. Sorry. So they're showing all these scenes of poor Jackie getting ready to go to see Teresa, and Evan, who's apparently doing stuff with women at the gym, is sitting there and he's planning this trip with his kids, and he looks lovely, and honestly he actually looks quite good looking this season, and the kids are sweet, and he looks like he's about to plan a lovely day. I just don't believe it. I honestly think Teresa's making this up to just she's saying that he slept with this just to be a bitch, but I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. I think someone probably did say it, but it is interesting. Like, I don't know, maybe there's some truth to it, but I don't believe it. However, he does look like he goes to the gym. So he could be. Who knows? Anyway, so they meet at Margaret's. And this is why that montage of Teresa from the past popped up, because Jackie says, "How far do we let a woman like Teresa go?" She's asked this to Margaret because she's flipped a table, she's been violent, she got Danielle to hit you and pull your hair, she's said that people were strippers, and they show this montage of Teresa's bad behavior, and I'm sitting there like, do you know what? Teresa has done a lot of bad stuff and she kind of gets away with it. But I feel like Teresa should get away with all the bad stuff that she can do, because one, it's fantastic television, but two, I also think that she has been through a lot when it comes to her. I feel like when Melissa came on the show, that was really awful. And Kathy, and they were also mean to her. I felt like that was a little bit dark. And I felt like Teresa didn't deserve that. And so it's kind of like making up. And then she went to prison. So it was like, oh God, she's been through enough. So how do we torture this woman? So now it's like, let's just give her a pass. But I don't know if that's fair to give her a pass. Well, no, with this, I think we give her a pass. I don't think this is that bad. And Jackie's obviously upset because it's actually her that the lie is being told about. But so what, Jackie? Like, oh, a rumor about your husband cheating on you. So what? We've seen The Housewives. If you learn the show you're on, deny it, walk on. And that's kind of what Teresa's saying, because Margaret's stressing the fuck out. Like, oh my God. And Teresa walks in like, there's no need to be stressed. Like, it's fine. It doesn't have to be, like, Margaret's like, it's so stressful. Teresa's like, it doesn't have to be stressful, because Teresa's like, who cares? This was said about me last year, that I'm cheating. Whoever. It's The Housewives. Let's just move on. So they sit down, and Jackie wants Teresa to basically say, I made this up kind of thing, or that I didn't hear this from anything valuable. I just repeated an innocuous rumor that's about bullshit, and I don't know if it's true. Teresa's not prepared to say that. Good for Teresa. And Jackie's really pissed off about it. Really angry. And Teresa's just basically like, well, this is a rumor. She gives the Real Housewives spiel. I love the Real Housewives spiel. Okay. The Real Housewives spiel. It's a lot. This is like a tongue twister. It's too much. This is a rumor I heard. I just heard it and I just repeated it. I don't know if it's true. Like, it could be true. It's not true. But, and she gives the reason that she said it is because she basically has had a lot of married men hit on her recently because she's now single. And she's so really horrified about it, that these married men are now think it's okay to cheat. And so she's saying this, and she's now like coming against Evan, whatever his name is, because he's cheating. Teresa, no one believes you. That's such bullshit. I love that you tried, girl. Thanks for trying. You really did try and give us a real old school Housewives feel, which is like gossip about a rumor that we heard and deny and say, oh, well, I just heard it. But we are so cottoned on now. Like, we know what's happening. We know it's bollocks. We don't even believe it. Maybe if it was 2008, we would have believed it. But Teresa, honey, 2020, with all this Donald Trump stuff, we don't believe it, honey, okay? So then this is when Jackie really comes out for the gutter, okay? Because Jackie's getting angry. She's like, this is literally Jackie's face while Teresa's trying to tell her this bullshit housewife shit. And she's not having it. And I feel like Jackie knew exactly what she was going to say at this point. She's like, what? If Teresa doesn't apologize straight away, then this is what I'm going to say. And so it is quite horrifying. She says that she is a lawyer and therefore she's a smart girl. Like, I'm a lawyer, Teresa, so I am a smart girl. Like, whatever, Jackie. You think you're so gangster. Like, shut up. I actually can't stand her. She thinks she's so bad. Like, you came for Teresa? Yeah, this is what she's going to do. And to be honest, she gave you something light. She could have served it hotter than that, okay? She should have. But Jackie, you need to understand, if you want to be a housewife and she wants to be a little bitchy housewife because she came out and said all that stupid stuff, about Joe. Do you think Joe would be where he was if you could control your husband? Like, shut up. We knew what Teresa was talking about, Jackie. Like, she meant control your husband in terms of, like, manipulate him to make sure his reaction is better than, tell him stuff in a different way so his reaction's better. Anyway, so Jackie's pissed off. And she says that she's a lawyer. Guess what? So is Kim Kardashian. So is Rudy Giuliani. Like, there are some idiot lawyers. Being a lawyer doesn't mean that you're smart. Being a lawyer means that you know how to lie and you know how to BS, honey. So, great. You just told us you're lying and full of shit. So, this is really where it gets quite bad. This is Jackie's face as she says, all right, well, I heard that Gia snorts coke in the bathroom at parties. I don't know where I heard it. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know where I heard it, but, like, I heard that she snorts coke in the bathroom. Basically saying, like, oh, you say this, I'm going to. Now, Jackie has come out and said that use this as an analogy. Now, if you were using this as an analogy, right, this is what you would say. This is why I think she's full of shit. Is that you would say, Teresa, you said this about my husband, that he cheated on me. I could say this about your husband, saying that he cheated on you. Oh, she can't say that because she already fucking said it. So she has to find something different, something more evil to say. You say, well, Teresa, you know what? You saying that would be the same as me saying to you, oh, I heard that, Gia did something naughty or whatever. You wouldn't necessarily be so specific, but she didn't say, oh, this is you saying that is like me saying it. In order to stage an analogy, okay, I'm going to give you some, like, English 101. In order to stage an analogy, one must declare what they are doing. Basically, what you would do is you would say what you said, Teresa, is like this. And then you would say what it's like. But she didn't say what you said is like this. She just said, okay, well, I heard Gia snorts coke in the bathroom at parties. I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it. That is basically like, I'm just going to throw something. That is literally like what Lisa Rinna done. It's almost like she read it from a script. When Lisa Rinna was like, do people snort coke in your bathroom to Dorit? It's just throwing something out there that's random. And then trying to pretend like you weren't throwing it out there. But you did. You just said it. You just threw it out there. Now we all think that Gia snorts coke in the bathroom. And you know what? I love Gia. I think Gia is... This is where Jackie went wrong. She mentioned children. Number one, you don't mention kids. Teresa talking about your husband cheating at the gym is nothing compared to you talking about Teresa's daughter doing drugs. And second of all, Gia, our little baby Gia, our love of our hearts, the Gia, our angel, my everything. Gia, the one I've watched grow up. Gia, are you kidding me? You are seriously going to come for my little Gia, Jackie? How dare you? You're a bitch. I don't like Jackie at all. The fact that she would ever... I'm so angry about it. I'm fuming. Because Gia has been through so much. And Gia does not deserve anything. And Gia has grown up to be a fantastic young girl. And for Jackie to sit there and say that she snorts coke in a bathroom for no reason. And then she hasn't even apologized. She's come out on social media and she said... it was an analogy and everyone there understood that it was an analogy. You know what? If you was a lawyer, you say you're so smart, you say you're a lawyer, you wouldn't say that shit. You would have been a bit smarter than that. You think that you are so hard, Jackie. You're not hard. And this is Teresa's face as she mentions this. Because the thing is, if you say something on the Housewives, we all know it. It's putting it out there for it to become a storyline. Teresa was gobsmacked. This is her face. And I would be gobsmacked too. How dare you? Come for my Gia. And then she storms off and she calls her a cunt. Oh, these are the other pictures that aren't important. So yeah, calls her cunt, 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 cunt. Teresa's never been so angry, and I think that it took everything for Teresa not to beat her to the ground. And Jackie's screaming like, "How is this? How is that different? How is that different? Like that's exactly the same." It's like, no, it's not exactly the same. It's not equal at all, Jackie. What are you talking about? That's your husband cheating on you in the gym is not anywhere in the nowhere near even in the same world. Jackie's lost her mind. She's officially become a housewife and she's turned into a crazy person. I really didn't like what she said about Gia. I'm team Gia. I'm fuming. I'm storming out of the room with Teresa as well. Listen, I'm happy that Jackie said it because honestly I need that kind of drama from a housewife. Give that drama to me. Give it all to me. Talk about everyone doing coke in the bathroom. Happy to see it. But are you wrong? Am I going to call you a bitch? Absolutely. So this is what we do. Really happy. So that is the end of this. Honestly, I don't know if I'm even going to put this out. I don't know if I'm going to put this video out. I've been talking absolute bollocks while drinking this wine. I'm a mess. I feel sweaty. I'm like crying. These studio lights, I'm like, can't even breathe. I've got boxes around me. I feel dead. I feel as bad. I feel like no. Oh, that's so sad. Anyway, follow me on Instagram at callmejustjordan. And if you want a tarot reading from me, after hearing this, I'm sure you wouldn't want a tarot reading from me at all. But you know what? Come and I'll give you a tarot reading and I'll tell you some really good information. Honestly, I've had a lot of good reviews. Everyone I've done a tarot reading for has been really happy and impressed. Every single one. I have 100% success rate so far. So you need to hit me up, okay? Cheers.